One day, every stress that kept you awake at night will disappear into silence. And the same earth beneath your feet right now will gently take you back into itself as if you were never separate from it in the first place. The trees you walk past every day are living reminders that endings are not failures, because every fallen leaf becomes part of the soil that gives life to something new again. We spend so much of our lives chasing status, money, validation, and attention online, yet in the end, the earth treats every human exactly the same and welcomes us home without judgment. Imagine standing in a forest at night and realizing that the air in your lungs once moved through the oceans, the storms, the ancient animals, and people who lived thousands of years before you. We are truly a part of this earth, and we return to it one day. And I think that's such a beautiful thing because, like a lot of people think that parts of them are not gonna remain after they pass away or whatever, but they really will. And, every part of the earth is a part of you. And the earth does not fear death because nature understands transformation better than humans ever will. And maybe that's why forests feel peaceful instead of afraid. When you're out in the woods and stuff like that, you're really touching base with a part of the earth that's always existed within you. And I think it's a beautiful thing. Every flower blooming from the ground is proof that what disappears is never truly gone, because life constantly reshapes itself into new forms over and over again. And one day your body will become part of the rain, the grass, the trees, and the endless cycle that has carried life forward since the beginning of time. Human beings often feel disconnected from the world because modern life traps us inside of screens, buildings, schedules, and noise that it kind of makes us forget where we truly came from. And there's something hauntingly beautiful about realizing that atoms inside your body were forged in stars long before Earth itself ever existed. We're like, you think about like back to like the Big Bang and stuff. Like we kind of just came into existence from damn near nothing. And I think it's such a cool thing that we actually are connected to the earth and we are connected to each other. And a lot of people forget that, and it's very easy to forget that and feel, alone in the universe, but you're really not. You're a part of something bigger, The universe created you from dust. We literally came from, damn near nothing. And the dust allowed you to experience love, pain, laughter, and memories. And then it quietly returns to you the same cosmic cycle that you came from. And I think that's a beautiful thing. And, maybe the reason nature feels comforting during grief is because deep down we understand that nothing in nature truly dies without becoming something else. The waves crashing against the shore. Those are older than civilizations, older than empires, and they will continue moving long after every modern city is gone. People fear becoming forgotten, yet every person leaves traces behind in memories, actions, energy, and the lives they touched during their short time here. One day the same sunlight warming your skin will shine on the grass growing above you where you rest. And, it'll be continuing life without pause or hesitation. So really keep that into consideration and, just know that you are a part of something bigger.